We need to find the others.
I haven't seen some of them for centuries.
Hi.
Hello.
This is what the end of the world looks like. At least we have front row seats.
You know what's never saved the planet? Your sarcasm.
We have loved these people since the day we arrived. When you love something, you protect it.
You can't protect any of them.
Welcome back to Phase 4 Month. I'm Dylan Gable, and today I'm talking about Eternals, released in 2021. The film stars Brian Tyree Henry, Angelina Jolie, who else? Oh yeah, Salma Hayek's in it, and among others. The film tells the story of these ancient beings called the Eternals, who are on Earth fighting these things called the Deviants. Okay, so what do I think about Eternals? It's okay. Good thing I'm not reviewing this film when I first saw it, because when I first saw this movie, I didn't really like it, but I don't know, it's a film that has grown on me over time, and I think it's fine. Let's talk about the positives here, shall we? A lot of the performances are fine. There's only one performance that stands out, and that's the guy who ends up being a Bollywood star. He's the best part of the whole film. Angelina Jolie gives a decent performance too. She really does sell her action sequences quite well. And this movie is visually fantastic. I'm gonna say that about Eternals right now. It is phenomenal to look at. It is beautiful. This movie has some of the best visual effects in all of the MCU. It is just stunning to look at. The action sequences. I do have a certain issue with the action, but the action is very well directed. It's pretty thrilling. The visual effects definitely enhance the action. It's some very typical MCU action, but I think it's pretty fun to watch. Also, this movie is ambitious as fuck, too. There's a lot of ideas on here, and even though not all of them stick the landing, it's nice to see an MCU film that really has some different ideas that are brought to the table, and it's something different. Also, I like the fact that this movie doesn't overplay the humor. There is some humor in this movie, as expected for a Marvel film, but for the most part, this movie plays a very straight. It's pretty serious, especially for an MCU film, and that's definitely something to appreciate. It definitely feels different from the rest of the MCU. Okay, so yeah, I mentioned that I do have some problems with this film, and this is the biggest problem that Eternals has. The story and the characters. That's where the issues that Eternals has really come to play here. This movie, there's like 10 of these characters, and this movie is only 2 hours and 37 minutes long, and you would think for that kind of runtime they would develop these characters. No, not really. Only a couple of them really get some actual development, well, not just a couple, maybe like 4 of them. All the rest are just kind of left out in the dust. Like, there's, 2 of the characters, they have a romance going on. One character who is a kid, just, she's forever a kid. And, she wants to, have a romance with Icarus, even though she's just a kid. And that, one character is gay, and, just wants to have a normal life with his husband and kid. You know, just stuff like that. It's that's really a lot of the development in this film. Other than that, it's just characters. Oh, this one makes moonshine. Oh, this one is a Bollywood actor. That's really all you get to really know about them. Other than that, they've existed since the ancient times on Earth. There's not a lot of character development here, and I think 2 hours and 37 minutes is definitely not enough time to develop all 10 of these characters. Out of all the MCU stuff that has come out, you know, some of the shows only have really enough material to be a movie. This should have been a series. It should have been a miniseries on Disney Plus. That way, because miniseries go on for longer, they would have had more time to develop these characters and whatnot. This movie's kind of a mess in that regard. And when it comes to story, it's not anything like complicated or anything. It's just that this movie spends too much time getting these characters together so they can fight, so they can have a big battle at the end. And I wish this movie didn't take over 2 hours to get these characters all together. That's another thing. The pacing in this movie is not very good. Another thing about the film is that because there's kind of a lack of character development in this movie, that you don't really care about them, so then the action doesn't really hit as hard as it should have. Because I found myself not really caring about a lot of the characters when they do die. Spoiler, some characters die in this film. And yeah, when they die, I didn't feel nothing because they weren't really developed all that much. And also, just Eternals, when it comes to, like, narrative and character fucking shit, this movie is very flawed. But overall, I think Eternals, it's a fine film. It's definitely not one of the best of the MCU. It is one of the weaker entries. But I think if you're just looking for a serious film that definitely dials back the humor quite a bit, if you just want to see a dark tone and some pretty exceptional action, I think Eternals might do you justice. I think Eternals, yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna give Eternals a C+. So what do you think of Eternals? Comment below, let me know. And if you like my stuff, you can like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.